Hello, I'm Tony Guida. This is my New York. Would you believe me if I told you a new musical is coming to Broadway with dangerously unusual themes? Love, bigotry, race, rape, and murder, set to a magnificent symphonic score. Such a musical did open on Broadway 60 years ago this month. West Side Story stunned theatergoers, and it catapulted a Broadway Gypsy to stardom. Chita Rivera, luminescent, effervescent, naughty, eternal. Chita Rivera and her West Side Story, next. Chita Rivera, I am honored to have you here, to sit across from you, the chance to talk to you. Welcome.
Thank you, Tony. It's wonderful to be here.
Let's start with a little bit of education for our audience. What is a gypsy?
Well, you're looking at one.
Yes, one of the greats.
A gypsy is a dancer that is completely aware of the family that the dancing group really is. She starts with that group. Years ago it was eight girls, 8 boys, and you're in that line, that chorus line. And that line is really important because it teaches you to be very much aware of other people other than yourself, of symmetry, of how to move and how to assist and to be a part of a group. And we have a gypsy robe that we give out every year to the gypsy in the show, the chorus dancer in the show, that everybody thinks deserves it, that they really worked hard and they all like. So I was even given the gypsy robe when I got to have a part. And that's really an honor, I mean, because that's not fair.
Wow, I mean, as I understand it, it's perhaps the highest accolade can be given to a dancer.
It is, gypsy. Absolutely. And you really carry that for your entire career, at least I have. Well, because everything that I've done, Tony, I felt, every award that I've been blessed enough to have, I feel as though I've got my buddies on my shoulders, that I represent them, and it's a good thing.
Prima, I'm trying to think of my Latin, prima inter pares, first among equals.
Right,
equals.
right.
First.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this show, West Side Story. You'd been in half a dozen shows before this, and all of a sudden, along comes this strange thing. How did you get hired?
I think I was in Mr. Wonderful at the time with Sammy Davis Jr. And this phenomenal woman, Dee Dee Bryan, I think her last name was, and she knew that this show was coming up, and her husband was a stage manager of Mr. Wonderful, and she just said, you know, there's a new show coming up, and you'd be perfect for this show. You should really check it out. And I think I told my agent, and I had about 2 or 3 auditions with Jerry at first, and then we had to sing, which of course was the most frightening thing in the world.
Jerome Robbins, you're talking about.
Jerome Robbins, absolutely. And then I sang My Man's Gone Now from Porgy and Bess in front of Leonard Bernstein.
That's a tough
in
song.
a bass. Oh, did I know? Thank God I don't know half the things I do.
As Anita in West Side, you sing America, and you sing what?
A Boy Like That, yes. But Lenny taught me that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I went up to Lenny's apartment at the Osborne.
That's a tough song to sing for an audition.
Oh, yeah, what did I know? Thank God I didn't know. I mean, I auditioned for Mr. Balanchine for New York City Ballet, and I didn't know it was Mr. Balanchine, so, I got through it. But ignorance is bliss sometimes with me. But, and then I had auditioned, we had to audition with a partner, and that was when Kenny, who played Bernardo, came into the picture. Right. So I think, all in all, it was about 5 or 6 auditions that we had for that show.
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
And I'm thinking, you're already somewhat established. I mean, you're in the chorus, but you're a gypsy. I guess your name was around. And now you're auditioning for Anita for a real important part in what turns out to be a very important show.
Yeah, but remember, we didn't know that.
No.
I mean, I was told by this wonderful person, and I went, and I was fascinated with what I was given to do,
Right.
And it was a challenge.
Well, that's what I wanted to talk about. You're coming to this material, and this material was dark. It was difficult.
But we didn't know all of it.
No, you didn't know all of it.
Yeah, I mean,
yet.
I wanted a job. Yeah. You think of the job, and then you think of, which I'm like now in everything I do, pleasing the choreographer. Really wanting that choreographer, who happened to be Jerome Robbins.
Right.
And the audition was challenging and exciting. So why wouldn't you want to go with it?
And when they finally said you have the job, what did they say? I mean, you...
Well, they let us know. They let us know that we had the job. I remember there was a bar at the corner of 50th and 6th Avenue. It used to be attached to the Winter Garden Theater. And Carol Lawrence, Larry Kurt, and myself went down to that bar, and we had a drink, and we laughed, and we could not believe that we were in this, we had been hired for this show that everybody was talking about. Yeah. We still didn't know. I mean, we didn't know anything until every single day just got more interesting.
Well, let's look at the fact that the music is by a guy named Bernstein. The lyrics are by a guy named Sondheim. The choreography you mentioned, Jerome Robbins. The book, Arthur Lawrence. And all of this inspired by a fellow named Shakespeare. and you guys are turning this into, well, it's Romeo and Juliet with gang warfare.
That's right.
As the rehearsals progressed, did you guys find yourselves thinking, what are we doing here?
Oh, gosh. Yeah, but not like that.
I mean, what are we doing with this?
Yeah.
Is this going to fly?
Jerry just bombarded our minds with such magnificent choreography, and we had to think. We really had to. He sent us home saying, all right, tomorrow if I ask you who your mother is and where she came from and what her name is and how many siblings you have, and make up a story about who you are. And that's started our little minds working, and we were busy. I mean, 10 o'clock in the morning to 6 o'clock in the evening, even at lunchtime, we hardly took our lunch because we were busy, trying to make up these wonderful stories. And we were completely encased in West Side. And the music just kept us. And Peter Gennaro, who was Jerome Robbins' assistant and who choreographed all of the Sharks' choreography.
Right.
Was extraordinary.
And you're the girlfriend of the leader of the Sharks.
That's right. And of course, Jerry had told us we weren't to speak to either gang.
Oh,
we were separated completely. So what did I do? I married one. I have a daughter who's half shark and half jet.
Well, that's terrific. Yeah, it's good you didn't listen to Joe.
Yeah, it is good.
Talking about the choreography, Chita, I understand Jerry lobbied for and got 8 weeks of dance rehearsal, and I'm told that it's normally like 4.
Yeah.
Talk about that.
It was. At that time, it was for 4 weeks, and we thought that was just fine. But Jerry did. We didn't know how hard he had to work to get that time, but we got it. And I think we needed it. I know I did as an actress. I needed to understand what I was doing. And then, I mean, because when you come from wanting the job, doing the job to please the great geniuses that gave us the job, and then you get into what this really does mean, how important this piece really is. Because we would get, like, standing outside of the stage door, we'd have a few odd-looking fellas with hair
Really?
down, with the, what do you call these things?
Sideburns?
Yeah, sideburns,
Lamb
and
chop,
just hanging around. And they came down to check us out.
Really?
Because it was real life up in the Bronx or wherever. And then we got into the artistic part of it, where we realized that nobody has ever done this before.
Well, there had never been this much dance in a musical.
Well, it was
before.
originally, I believe, for opera singers. I think Lenny wrote this. I don't know if Hal said that or not, but after
He didn't, but it's certainly
It was-
an operatic.
he wrote
score.
it for opera singers, and thank God, Jerry, helped to change that.
So much of the show is carried. I mean, it's told the story in the dances. I mean, the dance is a great part of the narrative in this piece.
Absolutely. I mean, that first ballet
Yeah.
is just breathtaking. I wasn't in it. My character wasn't there. I kept begging him, please put me somewhere, which is what the song was, somewhere.
Right.
And it was an extraordinary piece of ballet without one single word.
Well, it required the performers to dance very well, to sing
Very well, yeah.
very well, and to act. And I don't know if you knew it then, but those are 3 of your talents. I mean, those 3 things are Chita Rivera.
Well, thank God. I mean, but you learn all of this when you're blessed enough to have that group of genius. The Fred Ebbs, John Candors, the Cy Colemans. When you've been lucky enough to have worked with these amazing people, you're learning every single day. Every single time you work with another different choreographer, your body takes on a whole other color. Every time you learn a new score, your voice takes on a whole new thing. So I've had some great teachers. Some amazing.
Well, you're very self-effacing about it. I mean, you were dancing since 4.
Well, yeah, but I was all over the place. I mean, I can give my mother the credit for absolutely everything, because I broke up. If that were glass, I would have broken that, because I would have jumped from that chair over to there and to this. So my mother said, I've got to do something with this child. So she put me in ballet school. So she absolutely was the reason why everything was focused in a certain direction, and she realized that music was connected.
Well, the ballet proved to be very formative, and not only that, but you got a scholarship to the Balanchine School.
Yeah, the
You were
New York
what,
City Ballet.
12 or 13 or something?
Yeah, I was 13 and a half, 14, and I hadn't
That's-
finished school.
That's
Yeah.
That's an amazing.
Well, we didn't know that at the time. I just knew that Miss Jones, who was my teacher, and whom I adored. I mean, I left school in the afternoon and ran straight to the ballet class. And I knew she was excited about this, and I knew I had to show off. I knew I had to really be good for this person that came all the way from New York City, from this wonderful company that I'd heard about called New York City Ballet. It was the American School of Ballet. And two of us were chosen, Louis Johnson and myself.
You were in Washington.
I was in D.C.
Where you grew up.
Right, absolutely. And so I can remember being quite different and frightened to death. And when I went into this room and had my little point shoes and everything on, I've told the story 1,000 times, you've probably heard it. I had a blister on my foot, and this sweet man that was giving me the audition was Mr. Balanchine, and I didn't know it. Thank you, Jesus. I did not know it.
George Balanchine.
George
Oh, let me see if I can fix this little
That's exactly
blister.
what he did. And
Really?
he fixed that blister. I got back on my points, and I got the scholarship. And if I had known, only God knows where I'd be. I might not be talking to you right now.
I have a feeling this was destined. I mean, that you would get the scholarship. I don't know about being here, but I'm grateful you are. I heard that you were in this ballet school, and I heard your dream was to star in Swan Lake. That was
Well,
like
my
this?
dream was to do whatever Nora Kay did. And
Really?
Nora Kay was my idol at the time. It was just the size of her body and the passion that she had for the ballets that she did. And they always had kind of a sexual kind of thing, a sensual kind of thing about the way she moved. And it was still classical, but it was very much her style. So that's kind of what I wanted to do. I never did get to be in the company because a friend of mine asked me to come to an audition for Call Me Madam with Elaine Stritch. Last 2 weeks of Ethel Merman, and I went with her.
Your friend hoping to get a part in it.
Absolutely, because she wasn't on scholarship. Well, I got the job and she didn't, and I called Mother and went, $250, and I loved the audition, and it was Jerry Robbins. So it was a ballet audition, and that's how I went and did the turn.
And singing, did you take lessons? I mean, here you are learning ballet, learning to dance classically. Where did the voice come from?
I don't know where to go.
It's not gone. It's not gone.
It might have been Seventh Heaven, where I worked with Peter Gennaro. Or it might have been Shoestring Review. No, I don't think I sang in that.
But along with these other
that was
instruction
long.
when you were a child, no singing lessons.
No. No, not at all. I mean, dancer, period.
Yeah, well.
Still think of myself as a dancer.
Well, you're a gypsy who's a star, and you can sell a song too pretty well.
I should be able to by now, after all I've seen and
Smoke on your pipe and put that in. that's just so. The show opens. The reviews, Hal recalls, were mixed.
Yeah.
And cool, it was a word he used. And there were people walking out every night at the intermission. Hundreds. He said 100, 150 people walked out every night, which can't be terribly encouraging to a producer. I don't know if any of you guys in the cast were aware of this.
Yeah, we were aware that there was movement.
Yeah.
And so, fortunately, this piece is you're so involved that you just don't see it after a while. But we were concerned. We kept saying, how could anybody? First, I thought it was anybody around the timpani. It was just too loud or something like that. But then we figured out that our story was in the backyard of these people, and they didn't want to see it. They simply did not want to see it. That's the way I defined it.
I think
because we got to London and they had Teddy Boys there.
Yeah.
But of course it had already opened. But nobody walked out in London. Nobody wants that.
Not in London, no.
Not in London.
I mean, as Hal described it, and others have described it, the New York audience, just by and large, much of the New York audience, not entirely, was just not ready for this. This was so
but what does that mean, not ready? I really think that they were upset because we were taking the problem that they thought they had and putting it in their face.
Racism and
absolutely, that's I don't know anybody that can change my mind about that. Then I got angry about it, that we couldn't face it. We couldn't face it because it was such an artistic form. It was so beautifully done. It was so romantic, so passionate, so honest, so both sides being understood. It was a well-balanced piece.
Well, it certainly wasn't like anything I think had been on Broadway before, and you at the same time, for instance, you're not competing. You're competing for an audience against a show called The Music Man.
I was just going to bring that up.
You couldn't be more,
opposite.
Opposite.
I mean,
dyed in the wool. That's Broadway. What is that? But that was just a very narrow, very blinded view, blinkered view.
It really was so obvious. Because I loved The Music Man. I thought it was a wonderful show. But how in the world can you... The two different worlds, completely different worlds. One you had to really think and feel and be involved with. And that's what you go to the theater for. Mm-hmm. And that's why I love it, because I love telling these stories. I just love...
Well, it's infectious. You love it so much, and that comes through to an audience. I mean, in waves. I have an experience with you, at least one that I can remember, Chicago in 1975. You are Velma.
Right.
What a show. You and Gwen Verdon and, of course, Jerry Orbach. That show was just... I don't want to say stunned me. I just was so excited and enthralled by it. And it's you and what you do on a stage, which is what you do with your legs and body. It's like I think it's against the law.
Don't put me in jail, for God's sake. I got 20 minutes.
The laws of nature. I mean,
no, if you have the right choreographer. And you know how to do, and you know how to use it. It's a language. If you got what I gave, then you know it. You feel it yourself, And Bob Fosse would go from this little tiny thing with this little tiny thing to that thing where he was in your face and all over the place, and he was phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. His style was extraordinary. But then, Michael Kidd and Jack Cole. What about Jack Cole? All the great choreographers that are all in here. They're all in here.
Well, I don't know that they ever imagined that their work could look like it does when you dance it.
I just like being there.
Yeah.
I just like being here.
Well,
and
you're very comfortable in yourself.
I think so. I don't know. No. I don't like to look at myself. I don't like to hear myself. It took me. I have not heard that wonderful score of The Visit yet.
Oh.
I have not, and it is a gorgeous score, and I haven't heard it yet because I'm stupid. I didn't hear Chicago until about 8 months later.
Really?
After we did it. And then when I heard it, I went,
what fabulous songs. And what a role.
Yeah.
I mean, talk about meaty. You and Gwen, a couple of ladies of the...
She's an old gypsy.
Murderesses.
That's right. And Mary McCarty. Let's not forget Mary.
Yeah. And a very slick lawyer named Billy Flynn, Jerry Orbach.
Well, that's another one, that we didn't get the Tony that year.
No.
Yeah.
No, that was
Chorus Line.
Chorus Line.
Hello.
Wow. Hello. Yes. Let me tell our audience that this remarkable woman is out there with Tommy Tune. I mean, on tour. I mean,
Yeah.
what are you guys doing? What?
Well, Tommy is introducing me to an atmosphere that I never knew before. He is so tall and so beautiful and so giving. He's wonderful to be on stage with. And so we're sharing our lives. We're just those people that love the golden age, that remember the golden age, and we love to introduce it to the young kids because
No, what
they
do you
should
mean by
know.
the
Well,
golden age?
the 50s, 60s, 70s, when the shows were, every theater was filled with a hit.
Mm-hmm.
They're doing them now, and but the theater was very much alive during those days, and we were a part of it. I'm older than Tommy. I can't believe I just said that. Stupid, but nowadays nothing is a secret.
Well,
so.
I used the word eternal in the beginning, and you are. I mean, you were at the Cafe Carlisle over the summer.
Love it.
You're out on tour you're going to Florida, to California, to
Right.
Arizona,
Right.
to Iowa.
Yeah, we have a lot to say. We have a lot to share.
So what'll we see?
love it. I mean, I saw Tommy on the street, and this was a while ago, and we both said to each other, we've got to do something together because we respect each other so much, and we love to see each other on stage. So we're finally doing it.
Will there be a song or dance from West Side Story?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I mean, years and years ago, I said to Freddie when Bobby Fosse had his heart attack in Chicago on the very first day of, after we'd done the reading, he had his heart attack. We had to end our rehearsal. And I guess it was about a little under a year later that we resumed everything. But I remember during that time that we were not working, Freddie, John, and Ron Field, who was a wonderful director, choreographer, cabaret, and a lot of other things, said, let's do a club act. And I went, I can't do a club act. I don't know who I am. Chita can't stand in front of an audience. Chita as Velma can. Chita as somebody else can. Well, to make a long, boring story short, they created this phenomenal act for me. And I remember saying to Freddie, when he said, okay, you have to do America, and I said, no, I don't want to do anything I've done, because I don't want anybody to think I'm saying, look at what I've done. He said, you're crazy, Chita. You've got to give people what they know of you, because it's a nice memory for them. And so I learned my lesson from Fred Ebb when he, so now it's all over the place what I've done.
Well, I'm glad it is. You have made my day, my week, my month, my year. It is just delightful.
Thank you. I've had a great time. Thank you.
And thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.